So, I was not recording before. I wanted to talk about these past 2 years and how all of these repressed emotions, trauma, woundings all fell away. And what we call the self, ego, how all of that seemingly, like the layers and layers of that also fell away. Like the beliefs in belief in anything, everything is made up, but like belief in like what we call reality. Yeah, like reality being a certain way, like it is seen that this can arise as anything. And there's really no knowing what this is. But what it seemingly took, I mean, it was like over 2 years, 2.5 years of basically the worst that you can experience. I think this is like something like the worst thing you can go through. Because absolutely all of your fears come up. Like, everything, like, and you feel everything. The body goes through such extremes. At least it did here for me. The level of pain, anxiety, fear, dread was so all-encompassing that I was completely incapacitated and not able to do anything. And through that time, regardless of that, there were so many repressed emotions that were coming up to the surface, resistance to, and that was all allowed, that was all felt, it was all expressed. And through that, it seemed that it all was healed. And all of this happened on its own. There was a seeing that, hey, like no one's doing this. And so there was more and more of a trust and like, well, everything like is happening exactly like as it can. Like it can't be any other way. Like this is all happening on its own, and it's like, yeah, this there's no free will was actually freeing, in a sense. It's seen that this is all, I guess you can say unconditional freedom, for lack of better words, because this can arise as anything. And yeah, it was believed that this is exactly what it's meant to be. So in that there was trust in what was happening as being okay, even though it didn't appear okay to anyone, right? It looks like your life is completely upside down. It looks insane and awful. But there was this like, okay, it's okay that it's not okay. Where nothing worked, where healing from, medication, doctors, spiritual healers, I don't know, herbalists, like all of these different practitioners, nothing helped, and that's fine. Like I was like, okay, none of this is helping, and that's all right. It's okay. So there was more and more of this just like letting go of like this needs to be a certain way, or letting go of fear as well. That was just like falling away. And yeah, there was more of an acceptance of everything just as it was arising. And seeing like how thoughts are just so empty and don't really, like, we base our sense of self on thoughts, and they're just like, they don't really mean anything. Like, I don't know. They can be absurd, they can be like anything, they can pop up as anything, and like, that's not you, you know? So it can be scary because if you believe that's you, you're like, oh shit, then, you know, what do I have to rely on if I'm not this ongoing narrative that's been going on? But still things arise, still things keep happening, still like emotions arise, like sadness or love and joy, you know. That doesn't change. And there's more of a seeing that other people, it's the same, you know, there's no free will, they can't help how they are. But it really takes, or it seems from like my own experience here and from what I've heard from others, that it is the most difficult thing you can go through, and it does take facing all of your fears, but that all happens on its own, you know. No one does that. It can't be forced, you know, like, it's just you can't really predict it, you know. So it's like there's no like path, no like formula that you have to follow. Like, I used to meditate, and I used to dedicate like an hour or two a day to meditation. And then in these past years, I couldn't meditate at all. I couldn't do anything, pretty much. Like, even eating was becoming difficult. But yeah, it didn't matter that I couldn't do anything, because everything just happened on its own. So it goes against like what you're taught to believe, right? You have to, I don't know, be methodical, believe in things, set goals, how you're conditioned by society. Like, all of that just goes out the window. Like, what was gone through is just unrecognizable, is just like, yeah, like science cannot, I don't know, cannot explain that, you know, like, it's just, it's beyond mental conceptualizations. Yeah, it's funny because there was so much before there was like interest in quantum physics and neuroscience, and I don't know, it seemed that really this is not known. Like, there is no knowing what this is, and even that is unknown. It is seen that no one is separate from whatever this is. So yeah, and that